Hi. Ay, narinig ba ako? Yay! Ito na yung mic. Yay! Okay, ito na yun. Uy, nagpapatawa lang ako ngayon. Pero no, sobrang serious ng topic natin. Pasensya na sa buhok ko, guys. Kakagising ko lang. Hi, Bes! Kamusta kayo? Yeah, ako si Rosa and welcome sa third episode ng Anik Anik Podcast. Right now, as I mentioned kanina, it's not the usual chill na kwentuhan. It's not light and breezy. Ito ay isang rant. Mini rant. Pero for me, I think, disclaimer, parang feeling ko magiging rage episode siya for me. Hindi ko siya kayang ilagay dito. So, ito na lang. Hawakan ko na lang siya para may cute tayong kasama. Ayan. Pag hindi nyo ako narinig, kasalanan ni Chewy. Ano po mababa yung tenga ni Chewy? Chewy. Ayan. Sana naririnig nyo ako. Ang sakit lang na panoorin ng Pilipinas ngayon. Ang hirap mahalin ng isang bansa na paulit-ulit kang sinasaktan at paulit-ulit kang dinidisappoint. So like, nadidisappoint ako kasi we've been through this over and over and over again. Parang hindi na tayo natuto, guys. Parang wala nang, it seems like lahat ng napagdaanan natin tapon. Which is sobrang, editor, please cut this. Ewan ko kung pwede ba to sa YouTube. I'm not sure, but yeah. Bleep this out. I don't know. So yun. Pero yeah, let's delve into that. So, because of an expose, ngayon lang kumilos ang ating gobyerno. Wow! So, si Vince Dizon, he's the new Public Works Secretary, so DPWH, na this person, allegedly, nagutos siya agad ng courtesy resignation na halos 250 officials ng DPWH mula central office hanggang district level. And 197 doon ay heads ng district engineering office. And our president said to him na clean up the DPWH. But to be fair, alam nyo, hindi lang DPWH ang dapat linisin. The Congress, kasi you know, I don't know. They should investigate themselves. Like, syempre, paano mo i-investigahan ang sarili mo? Like, ano to, moro-moro? Like, nakailang sabi ako ng like for this episode. Naiinis ako. Parang, acting lang siya, ganun. Let's investigate each other, but let's not convict. Kasi, as far as I know, with this, kung ano man tong investigation, hearing, alam niyo, nanood ako ng Senate hearing, umiinit yung dugo ko. Kasi akala siguro nitong mga senators, some senators, allegedly, and some congressmen, allegedly, please don't sue me. Like these people from the DPWH, I've seen Sara Discaya's interview. I mean, the hearing. Akala siguro ng mga taong to ay hindi sila ilalaglag. Like, hello. It's parang you're a man for yourself na lang here kasi nalaglag ka na eh. So, sana ilaglag talaga sila. Kasi parang, I really would like to see the downfall of these political dynasties. Like, don't sue me. again. So, going back, dahil naging, sorry, dahil naging headline nga siya, kunwari, may sweeping change. Pero wait lang. How many times have we been here before? How many times? Ilang beses na bang pinangako yung top to bottom overhaul? Pero may nangyari ba? Ghost projects, substandard projects, contractors na pare-pareho lang ang modus. Like, kung hindi mo iba ng lifetime, lilipat lang ng bagong pangalan. Bagong corruption, same shit. And then, here comes Ramonang. So, he said na he's gonna help solve the flooding in Metro Manila. Pero, parang with his help, parang, alam mo yun, inamin na rin ng gobyerno na na hindi nila kaya within themselves, within the same sector. Parang kailangan pang lumapit sa private entities like Ramonang. Pero bakit nga ba? Why are we resulting to this? Why are we resulting to seeking help from the private sector? It's because it's been decades na ninanakaw yung pondo ng bayan. I mean, I'm not saying na walang matinong tao sa DPWH. Siguro, probably there could be, pero kung paulit-ulit tayong nilulubog sa baha, anong pakinabang ng good employees kung bulok ang sistema? Right? Right? So, best picture this. May mga bayan tayo na lubog sa baha, kahit konti lang yung ulan. Or may mga bayan tayo, may mga lugar dito na hindi lang lubog sa baha, kundi dahil sa mga substandard and ghost projects. Also, side note, I live in Bulacan, in Malolos City of Bulacan, and hindi na ata nawala ang baha dito. And I used to live in Pasig. Last year, that was Bagyong Karina, I've experienced flooding. I mean, hindi naman nabago sa akin yun kasi I've experienced Ondoy. Pero that was like, I was in high school when Ondoy happened. And this time, it happened again, but I'm already older. I'm an adult now. Pero yun pa rin pala, hindi ko pa rin pala alam kung anong gagawin ko when that time comes. Yun lang, SKL. Again, as I mentioned, may mga bayan na lubog sa baha, and not just because of the rain, kundi dahil din sa mga substandard and ghost projects. So, those projects na dapat proteksyonan ng mga mamamayan, pero mas inuuna ng iilan na ilagay sa kanilang mga bulsa yung pera ng taong bayan. Yung budget na yan, galing yan sa taxes ng mga manggagawa, I think it's the same, but yeah. Mga manggagawang Pilipino, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, kundi pati na rin yung mga manggagawa nating OFW. My late mother is an OFW. Siguro the amount of money that she would send and would help in our economy, sobrang medyo quite big. So, ayun. Also, lahat na lang ata ng bagay dito sa Pilipinas may tax. So, kahit, say for example, you don't have a job, or like you don't contribute sa manpower, you still contribute to the taxes because you pay entertainment tax, you pay VAT. My gosh, that's so big. That was so huge. So, hindi ko alam kung what is happening. Also, meron ding, I've seen it on the news, it did not happen here in Bulacan, but yeah, there are places na halos walang tubig sa gripo. Like in Metro Manila, in Cavite, and other parts of the Philippines, walang tubig walang like pampaligo, walang tubig na dumadaloy sa gripo. Some people would use yung tubig sa gripo to drink. We can't do that here kasi galing sa well nga ba? May drum? Was it a drum? Basta, merong malaking something na nakuha na ng tubig dito sa loob ng subdivision. But, we don't drink that. I also watch on the news, parang on my way home, I was at the bus going home. May stadium na bagong tayo pero bumibigay agad. Like, yung Peñaranda Park. So, ano ba, Philippines? Ganito na lang ba tayo palagi? Like, please, parang awa, wag na natin i-romanticize ang resilience kasi nakakapagod siya. Like, it's not putting accountability dun sa mga taong dapat hinihingan natin ng accountability. Hindi na ako proud sa Filipino resiliency, guys. Kasi, alam niyo kung sino yung mga nakikinabang? Yung mga nasa poder, nasa gobyerno. Kasi habang sinasabi nilang strong tayo kahit binabaha sila, naka-aircon, naka-4, 5 kotse, luxury cars or whatever, at nakalublob sa kaban ng bayan. At parang awa nyo na, I don't pay tax para sa kagiginhawa ng iilan. Malaki na nga yung tax ng tao. Tapos makikita mo pa itong mga nepo, like the nepo baby term, is an understatement. Mga anak ng korap na opisyal dapat. Okay? At naging rant na nga ang episode na ito. I don't care. Ito yung point ko, guys. Accountability. Meron ba? Meron nga ba? Meron nga ba na magte-take ng accountability for something like this? Kasi minsan nakakagalit talaga, to be honest. I mean, hindi natin pwedeng hayaang walang mangyari. Hindi tayo pwedeng magtiis habang ninanakawan tayo ng harap-harapan. Okay? Alam nyo, kung walang public outcry, kung hindi na-expose to mga to, walang social media exposure, walang mangyayari. Kaya, oo, shame these people. Name them, call them out. For me, it's not bullying. Ito ay pagbalik na accountability na tagal nang nawala sa gobyerno natin. And, as I mentioned kanina, the Nepo Baby, the OG Nepo Baby is the president. Pero like, let's give credit to him. I mean, I'm giving him the credit kasi like, I know naman na medyo moro-moro lang ito. Pero like, at least he's doing something. It's the bare minimum he could do. I think so. Again, please don't sue me. So, ayun nga, the accountability is matagal nang wala dito sa gobyerno natin. Accountability has left the chat for long ago. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi wala namang nananagot. Parang paulit-ulit siyang nangyayari. It's very systemic. Sobrang ingrained na sa system natin na merong corruption at merong ganito. Merong nangyayaring katiwalian pero hindi naman na-address. So, parang tayo, or just, paano ko ba isasabihin ito? Parang ano na lang, whatever, kung ano na lang. Parang, hinahayaan na lang natin. Bulag-bulagan. Alam nyo, to the point right now, whenever I watch news related to that, naiiyak ako sa galit. Kasi, payaman ng payaman yung ilan, samantalang ang mga ordinaryong Pilipino ay pasadsad sa hirap. Mula jeepney driver, call center agent, magsasaka, oh my gosh, especially them. Naiyak talaga ako. There's one video na umulan and then it's bumaha. Tapos, yung mga pananim nila, parang tinatry pa nilang i-save by like taking it out of dun sa palayan. Sobrang nakaka-break ng puso. Parang, bakit naman ganito? Why did we resort to doing this? Or why did this happen? Talaga ba, Pilipinas? So yun, teachers as well, especially teachers in public schools, na I have friends na nakikita ko sa mga Facebook post nila, shout out Ate Kelly, Ate Jazz, na kahit baha, kahit ano man ang mangyari, they still do their job well, but are they compensated well? Of course, I'm not. I don't know. Yung mga dapat kasi na naglilingkod, nagpapakasasa. Kaya ang mga ordinaryong mamamayang Pilipino ang naghihirap at nagtitiis. I'm not really aware of what's happening, but I just saw through the news yung nangyayari sa Indonesia. There's a lot of protests happening. Yung, alam mo yun, hawak kamay yung mga tao na ipaglaban ang tama. Sa atin kasi, the thing that we do is like we cannot translate what we say in social media or what we do in social media. Parang we cannot translate that into action. And I'm really glad that some of you guys went to the Discayet mansion, or like, you guys went there. Yeah, oh my gosh. And there are protests happening now. And I'm so proud of you guys for doing that. So, sometimes, minsan, takot tayo. Or, yung iba, tinatanggap na lang kasi it happens. I do understand. Hindi madali. It's dangerous, and may price ang pagiging matapang. And this rant, this video, this podcast can be taken down. I don't know, maybe. But do I care? No, kasi I just wanted to let this out. Parang as someone na nagbabayad ng tama, lumalaban ng patas, gusto ko rin i-out yung saloobin ko. Siguro saloobin din ng bawat mamamayang Pilipino na walang platform. If not me, if not you, who's gonna speak up, right? So, ayun. Kaya, baby steps. A little step muna, accountability online, awareness, mga pagbubunyag. Hindi man ito kasing lakas ng people power, guys. Bawat post, bawat share, bawat pagtawag ng corruption, pag-call out sa mga to, there's an impact to that. And, ano ba impact? And these, what they call Nepo babies, are trying to delete their social media presence right now. And I hope they don't come back. Huwag nyo na silang bigyan ng audience. Something like that. And lastly, matagal pa ang 2028. Pero isipin natin na ang botohan, you have the power. You have the power. Huwag niyong hayaang manalo na naman ang mga gahaman, yung mga walang pake, yung mga trapo na paulit-ulit na lang. Ang boto mo, hindi yan maliit na bagay. Let's not vote based on the surname sa forma, sa pa-showbiz. Bumoto tayo based sa track record, sa values, at sa may tunay na malasakit. Not including Malasakit Center. Yeah. Anyways, alam mo bes, ikaw ang may kapangyarihan na baguhin ang Pilipinas. Kung sawa ka na sa baha, so walang running water sa gripo mo, sa bulok na proyekto, sa ghost project, sa maling sistema, huwag mong ibalik sa pwesto itong mga magnanakaw na to. Parang awa mo na. Just to share, my roommate, si Rinrin, recently, she contracted leptospirosis nung bumaha sa Pasig. well, they were transporting from our apartment to the evacuation center. And dito siya sa akin nagstay after nung baha, dito sa bahay namin. And yung anguish, yung na-feel niya, yung she went through a lot. Imagine, at your age, she's 29, she's young. Nagkaroon siya ng fistula here for dialysis just because of leptospirosis. She was confined for almost a week. More than a week, rather. Tapos alam mo, magkano lang yung binayaran ng PhilHealth? 17,000. Her total bill in the hospital is almost 200,000. What if wala siyang HMO, guys? She does. Pero meron pa rin siyang remaining bill of 80 something thousand. That's still too big. I mean, yeah, PhilHealth is another issue. Ang sakit. DPWH pa lang to, guys. Wala pa yung PhilHealth. Tinanggalan nga naman nila ng pondo. So, paano? Wala pa yung PhilHealth, wala pa yung justice system natin na hindi ko na, I don't know. Justice system, kapalpakan ng gobyerno, mga magnanakaw who's in power, madami pa. DPWH is parang feeling ko like the crack in the perfect, yung parang, it's the first crack. I just wanted to let you know, sobrang mahal magkasakit sa Pilipinas. Parang hindi ka pa nagkakasakit, lugi ka na. Parang iniisip mo pa rin na, paano pag nagkasakit ako, paano ang pamilya ko, ganon. So, also, nung nakwento ni Yani, yung Yani Hates You, hydrocephalus journey niya, parang sabi ko, parang, ganito ba magkasakit sa Pilipinas? Oh my gosh. Parang, ayoko nang magkasakit. Going back, I've recently seen yung episode nga that inspired. Nakapuso mo, Jessica, sa episode, sorry, ang tagal, na nag-inspire nitong rant na to. So, props to Miss Jessica Soho and her team for having the courage to bring out this anomaly on the news. And saludo ako sa mayor namin, napakapagi. Mayor Vico, for, for speaking out as well. And kay Mayor Benji Magalong ng Baguio, I salute you, sir. He's the first one to expose itong mga questionableng contractors. And right now, he's challenging politicians and government agencies to disclose project details at siguraduhin na tama ang paggamit ng pondo para sa flood control initiatives. At hindi lang para sa flood control initiatives, as I mentioned kanina, may parang stadium na bumigay, so that the Peñaranda Stadium. So I think for those kinds of infrastructures then, like Philippines, oh my gosh, awa ka talaga, girly pop. But you know what? You're not hopeless. Hindi mo naman kasalanan na lagi kang nilulubog, kasalanan ng mga tao na dapat nagliligtas sa'yo, pero sila mismo yung kumakapit sa paa mo para hilahin ka pababa. Ay, kaya sa bawat Bessie na nakikinig or nanonood sa podcast na to, kung meron man, sana magalit din kayo. Sana wag tayong makontento sa resilience. Sana hingin natin ang tunay na pagbabago. Wow. Kasi kung hindi natin sisimulan ngayon, like paulit-ulit, it's always gonna happen again. It's gonna be a cycle. Pero kung sama-sama tayo, kung gagamitin na ng galit na ito para gumawa ng pagbabago, like, not just, hindi lang basta people power or like, alam niyo yun, yung hindi lang basta go out in the streets and protest. Social media is a very powerful tool right now. There is a chance. And at the end of the day, sabi na, charot. So at the end of the day, I just want to leave you with mess heart. Sorry, I'm trying to make things light kasi nagagalit na naman ako. So I want to leave you with what mess talaga. Miss Jessica Soho, I'm so sorry po. What Miss Jessica Soho said in that segment, yung katakot-takot na kurakot. Hindi pala baha ang magpapalubog sa ating bayan, kundi kasakiman. And that's felt. Diba? Sana naman makonsensya kayo. Guys, that's the end of today's episode. Hindi pa rin ako marunong mag-outro, pero again, ako si Rosa at ito ang Anik-Anik Podcast. Salamat sa pakikinig sa rant ko. Sana nagalit din kayo. Tandaan nyo, bes, hindi tayo powerless.